Hey, check one, check two. It's G from the Academy reminding you that health is wealth. Today's article, or the next article, or this article, is from naturalnews.com. That's enough alcohol. Study findings warn that drinking alcohol daily is linked to greater stroke risk. Now, we all know that there's risk in everything that we do. There's no progress without some element of the uncontrollable. There's no future without balancing the probable with the improbable. So let's look at what's happening here. That's enough alcohol. Study findings warn that drinking alcohol daily is linked to greater stroke risk. And what people forget is that if you look at disease control statistics, the number one killer in the world is alcohol-related disease. The number one killer. This bothers me a lot because I live in a region of the world that's famous for its production of alcohol. And in my family, there is also a present, ongoing and historical connection to alcoholism that is quite frightening. Nobody wants to address it. Everybody wants to sweep it under the rug as if it's nothing, when it is the greatest something ever. Anyway, that's enough about my experiences. Let's read. You may have heard of the phrase, everything in moderation. And in terms of food and drink, it means consuming moderate amounts to be able to enjoy them without harming the body. And if you can live through a day without harming yourself or anyone else, it's generally a success. Unfortunately for people who drink, new research says that this notion does not apply to booze. A large genetic study published in the journal The Lancet suggests that even in moderate amounts, alcohol intake increases the risks for high blood pressure and stroke. Yeah, also throughout history, alcohol was only served up in limited amounts. The recipes were kept secret for hundreds, maybe even thousands of years. Anyway, for this study, researchers from the University of Oxford in the UK, Peking University, and the Chinese Academy of Medical Sciences, did you know that all these organizations were working together? Followed over 500,000 people from China for nearly 10 years. Wow. The participants were initially enrolled in the China Kadoorie Biobank, Jesus Christ, between June the 25th, 2004 and July the 15th, 2008. The researchers monitored the participants for cardiovascular incidents such as stroke or heart attack. I wonder if they fed them copious amounts of alcohol as well. In East Asian countries, many people have one or more genetic variants that lead them to experience an unpleasant reaction to alcohol, which is necessary if you want to survive. For this reason, they often drink less. The researchers used these variants called alleles, is that right? Probably, to estimate people's consumption of alcohol. These variants are inherited by people randomly at birth. The researchers found that men who consumed 4 alcoholic drinks a day had a 38% greater risk of stroke on average. The risk increased steadily from low levels of alcohol intake to 4 drinks per day. In addition, the participants' blood pressure also increased with alcohol intake. And remember that alcohol was used by the communists to pacify their populations. It's also used to destroy teenagers in the West. It's accepted, at least by me, that the American drinking age of 21 is a pretty good idea, to be honest. However, the French idea of offering alcohol in moderation, such as glasses of wine to teenagers, is also not the worst idea ever. Anyway, because there were very few women who drank alcohol in the study, the researchers were not able to find out the effect alcohol had on their risk of stroke, because the women are more sensible than the men, obviously. As for the effect of alcohol on the risk of heart attack, the researchers said that the results were less certain. They explained that this may be due to fewer people in the study having heart attacks, which could limit their ability to analyze the data. At least they're considering all of the possibilities. The researchers noted some limitations of their study. For one, most of the alcohol consumed in the study was hard liquor or spirits. Oh dear, that's terrible. Other types of alcohol, such as wine, which has protective phytochemicals, may affect stroke risk differently. Isn't there something about the southern Mediterranean diet of salads and fruit and fish and a little bit of wine being relatively healthy? Anyway, overall, the researchers noted that their results indicated that there is no protective effect of moderate alcohol intake. I'll read that again. Overall, the researchers noted that their results indicated that there is no protective effect of moderate alcohol intake. Therefore, any level of drinking may cause some health issues. There you go. Think about that. Preventing strokes. While researchers continue to study the effects of alcohol on cardiovascular health, there are other things you can do to lower your risk of stroke. And with the stress and pressures that exist in modern society as well, we have to realize that a lot of sickness, illness, disease is not caused by just one thing. It's many factors blending together. Anyway, ways to prevent strokes or increase your brain health. Shed off extra pounds. Being overweight or obese can increase your risk of stroke. If you're overweight, losing at least 10 pounds can have a real effect on your risk of stroke. To lose weight, you need to eat no more than 1,500 to 2,000 calories each day. But this still depends on your activity level and your current body mass index. Yep, the more you move, the more energy you're using up. Be more active. Exercise helps you lose weight and regulate your blood pressure, which can lower your risk of stroke. A good fitness goal to achieve is 30 minutes of moderate physical activity at least 5 days each week. I would suggest every day. You could start by walking around your neighborhood every morning after breakfast, or taking the stairs instead of the elevator, or just reduce the amount of time you spend sitting. Next, quit smoking. Smoking is bad news for your overall health. In terms of the risk for cardiovascular events, smoking speeds up the formation of a blood clot in different ways. It thickens your blood and increases the amount of plaque buildup in the arteries. There you go. Not only does it affect you, it affects the people around you as well. That's what I've never been able to get over. It's one thing to kill yourself. It's another thing to take everyone else with you. It's another level of psychopathy, basically. Next, manage your diabetes. People with diabetes are at a greater risk of having a stroke. High blood sugar levels damage blood vessels over time, making clots more likely to form inside them. Following a healthy diet and exercising are some ways to keep your blood sugar under control. And I do know people who have reversed their diabetes through diet. Please consult medical practitioners, especially the ones that are on your side. Know what foods and drinks to avoid to lower your risk of diseases. Recommended website to visit is heartdisease.news to learn more. Sources for this article include healthline.com, health.harvard.edu. This article was published in naturalnews.com on the 25th of September 2019. The title was That's Enough Alcohol. Absolutely. It's pervasive. It's everywhere. And that which is everywhere, you kind of have to question it. Question what's in your locality. Question what's around you. Question what you take for granted. Take nothing for granted. Live with gratitude. This is G reminding you that health is wealth wherever you are. Have a great day.